In this lesson, we are going to take a look at how to create global blocks. A global block is simply a block that's stored as a separate drawing file. This makes it more accessible to other drawings. To create a global block, we have to use the Write Block command, which is found on the Insert tab underneath Create Block. If I click the drop-down underneath Create Block, I will find Write Block. You can also type W, then press Enter at your keyboard. After selecting the command, I get the Write Block dialog box, which looks somewhat similar to the Create Block dialog box. The big difference is the file name and path for me to store the actual separate drawing file. To begin with, I'll specify a base point. I'll choose the Pick Point tool, and I want to create a block of this Phillips head screw here, so I'm going to snap to the center of it. Next, I'm going to select my objects, so I'll choose that button and just simply window around my shapes here, then press Enter. I'm going to go ahead and keep retain here. That way this one will still be separate lines, arcs, circles, etc. Finally, I need to tell AutoCAD where I want to store this drawing file at. So I'll choose the ellipses button here, then browse to where I want to save it and give it a new name. In this case, I'm going to call it Phillips Flathead Screw Top. Then click Save. Then OK. The block definition has been created. I want to insert a copy of it now, so I'll choose the Insert command. If I click the drop down here, I will not see a copy of the block because I did not create a local copy, only a separate drawing file. So I will select the Browse button. Next, I will find the drawing file, in this case the Phillips Flathead Screw Top. Then click Open. Then I will simply click OK to insert the block. Once I've inserted it once, there will now be a local definition. So if I do go back to Insert, I can now find this block in my local drop-down list. And again, I can add more copies. In some cases, you might already have a local block and you want to turn it into a global block. For example, I have these front views of these bolts. And I would like to insert that same bolt into another drawing. So I want to create a global block that I can access from any drawing. Once more, I'll start the Write Block command. But this time, instead of selecting objects, I'm going to choose an existing block. I'll choose that option, click my drop down, and select my Phillips Flathead Screw. Notice that the base point and objects are grayed out because those have already been defined in the local block. Finally, I will just simply browse to my class folder, give it a name. I'll accept the same name it already has, Phillips Flathead Screw. Then I will save and click OK. So this block has now been stored as a separate drawing file. I'll switch to another drawing, go to Insert Block, browse for that file. There it is in my class folder. Click Open and OK. And as you can see, I can now bring a copy in. And of course, I can either copy that one or press Enter to repeat and place another copy. To recap, a global block is one that's stored as a separate drawing file, and we can create it by using the Write Block command. That concludes this look at creating global blocks in AutoCAD.